There comes a moment in every man's life when the silence between him and the woman he loves starts to sound different. The laughter fades first, then the warmth, then the sense that her attention belongs to the two of you. And before you realize it, you're no longer in a relationship. You're in a slow withdrawal disguised as normal life. Women rarely say, "I'm done." They show it quietly, in ways most men overlook until it's too late. These signals are never random. They are her way of detaching emotionally long before she physically leaves. As Dr. Alina Rose explains, when a woman starts losing interest, her behavior changes rhythm. She's not cruel, she's preparing for an exit she hasn't admitted yet. The first hidden signal is emotional unavailability. You'll feel it long before you can prove it. The conversations that once felt alive now feel hollow. You tell her about your day, and she responds with soft, polite silence. Her eyes may still look at you, but her mind is somewhere else. This is how detachment begins, slow, quiet, and disguised as fatigue or distraction. She's not angry, she's uninterested. The connection that once lit her emotions now feels like a chore. She still smiles, but it's a duty smile, not a spontaneous one. You'll notice she listens less, forgets more, and suddenly needs time alone, more often. Dr. Alina Rose calls this the emotional fade. It's when she's slowly pulling her heart out of reach, preparing herself for life without you, before she actually leaves. The second signal is avoidance of intimacy. Intimacy isn't just physical, it's emotional closeness, warmth, eye contact, and touch. When she starts losing interest, all of these fade. The kisses grow shorter, the hugs colder, and her body language becomes protective instead of inviting. She might turn away in bed or find excuses to stay up late, buried in her phone or work. You'll feel a subtle rejection, but she'll disguise it as exhaustion. "I'm just tired," she'll say. But it's not her body that's tired, it's her heart. She's tired of pretending. And the hardest part is that you'll sense the distance without being able to name it. When physical closeness feels forced, it's because emotional closeness is already gone. She's no longer trying to connect. She's trying to detach without confrontation. The third signal is new focus elsewhere. When a woman's interest begins to shift, so does her attention. She becomes more absorbed in her phone, more excited about work, hobbies, or people you barely know. You'll notice her schedule suddenly fills with vague commitments, lunches, catch-ups, or late projects. The time she once devoted to you now belongs to her private world. It's not always another man, but it's always another priority. This stage is critical because she's replacing the emotional energy that once went into the relationship. That's why her laughter sounds brighter on the phone than when she's with you. Her mind has already begun constructing a new life where you are an option, not a center. She doesn't want conflict, so she keeps things polite. But behind that politeness, the emotional bond is being redirected. The fourth signal is criticism replacing curiosity. Once she wanted to understand you, now she wants to correct you. The things she once found charming become flaws she points out with impatience. Every small disagreement turns into evidence of how different you are. This isn't about logic, it's about emotional justification. Dr. Alina Rose explains that when a woman begins emotionally leaving, she rewrites the story of the relationship to make her exit feel reasonable. She tells herself it's your fault, that she tried, but you didn't change, that you no longer understand her. These new narratives protect her guilt. The shift from curiosity to criticism means she's not looking for solutions anymore. She's building her reasons to leave. And if another person is waiting quietly in the background, that story becomes her bridge to them. The fifth and most painful signal is peaceful detachment. Most men expect cheating or betrayal to look dramatic. But in reality, when a woman replaces you emotionally, she becomes calm. Too calm. There are no fights, no demands, no attempts to fix anything. She doesn't argue because she's already given up. That peace isn't healing, it's indifference. She's emotionally finished, and she no longer needs to prove her side. You'll notice how easily she lets go of things that once mattered. She forgets anniversaries, stops planning for the future, and no longer seeks reassurance. That quiet is not balance. It's the sound of closure forming inside her. When she reaches this stage, you're not losing her. You've already lost her. Dr. Alina Rose explains that when women replace you, it doesn't start with another man. It starts with emotional starvation. When her needs for connection, admiration, and understanding go unmet for too long, she looks elsewhere for resonance. Sometimes that replacement is a friend, sometimes a distraction, sometimes a fantasy. But once she finds emotional stimulation outside of you, the relationship begins dying from the inside out. And when she finally leaves, it won't be sudden. It'll be the final step in a process that started months ago, one you might have ignored. So what should a man do when he sees these signs? Don't chase, don't plead, don't argue. You can't talk someone back into attraction. You can only reclaim your own. When you sense her pulling away, focus on your center. Rebuild your peace, your discipline, your sense of purpose. When you stop reacting to her distance and start standing in your calm, the energy shifts. One of two things happens. Either she realizes what she's losing and comes back with humility, or she walks away completely and you keep your dignity intact. Both outcomes serve your growth. Remember this truth. Women rarely leave suddenly. They prepare their hearts quietly. The signs are always there for the man who's brave enough to see them. Don't wait for betrayal to open your eyes. Watch how she listens. Watch how she looks at you. Watch how she chooses silence where love used to live. Because when her energy shifts, you're no longer fighting for her. You're fighting for peace. And sometimes peace means letting go before she's already gone.